Prayers.
Almighty God, who in thy wisdom and goodness has appointed the offices of rulers and parliament for the welfare of society and just government of men, we beseech thee to behold with thy abundant favor us thy servants, whom thou hast been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this land. Let thy blessing descend upon us here in this house assembled. Grant us that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner to promote thy honor and glory, to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of this country, and of those whose interests thou hast committed to our care. Clerk, may we proceed?
Thank you. Correction and approval of record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Monday, 16th March 2026.
Honorable members, the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Monday, 16th March 2026 is before us for correction and approval. Can any honorable member please move that the said record of votes and proceedings be considered and approved? The honorable member for Nyamina West.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I rise to move a motion that the records of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sittings of Monday, 16th March 2026 be corrected and approved by this August Assembly. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable member for Nyamina West. Any seconder, honorable members? Honorable member for Basse.
I rise to second the motion.
Thank you, honorable member for Basse. It has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Monday, 16th March 2026 be considered and approved. Honorable members, we all have copies of said record of votes and proceedings. And as usual, we look through it page by page, beginning with page 1 to be followed by your comments and observations. Lower Badibu.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on the records of votes and proceedings, sitting of Monday, 16 March 2026, the Assembly convened at 43 minutes after 10 o'clock, but here it is 43 minutes, 10 o'clock in the morning. So after it's been missing. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the top part, just on top of other paper in italics. The Assembly convened at 43 minutes 10 o'clock. 43 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Lower Badibu. Any more on page 1, Honorable Members? Yes?
Number 3, where you have minister's reply, order 100. The last, where you have it should read by the Honorable Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Honorable Apply Job, instead of by the Minister for conformity. Normally you have the Honorable before the Minister. That's how it is done throughout and wherever it applies. Yeah, it is correct, but the norm is that you have the Honorable before the Minister, and that's how it is being done. Thank you. For constant, yes. Yeah, that's the norms here.
Honorable members, I think you have all seen it. But if you look at 3 and 4, look at 3 and 4, I was talking to the table office. They want to maintain the first one, that's by the Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Honorable Ablai Gop. And but if you look at 4, they did it differently also. They said by the Honorable Minister for Environment. At the same time, in writing her name, they said the Honorable. So what they are saying is, we take the first format, that is number 3, and then we will amend 4 to remove the Honorable before the Minister. So henceforth, we'll be doing it that way. Do you follow, Honorable members? Okay. Any more comments or observations on page 1? Jara Central.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. On page 1, item number 4, consideration stage. Honorable Speaker, during the consideration stage, we did amend the short title of the bill to be the Gambian National Climate Change Bill 2026 and not 2025.
You look at it, these people, just the other paper is what they bring in. The other paper is what they bring in. That's why you have consideration stage of the Gambia National Climate Change Bill 2025. They just copied it from the other paper. Honorable members, we now move to page 2. Honorable members, we move to page 3. Okay. Page 4 now, honorable members. Page 5, honorable members. Honorable members, page 6. Honorable members, the last page, page 7. All right, honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Monday, 16th March 2026 be approved with amendments. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Is it Shami?
Yes,
Yes?
sorry. Thank you very much. If you look at the paper, the tail end,
Which
the
paper?
other paper, down one, number 1, record of votes, number 1, up to the page 7. Down one, you see 16 March 2025. It should be 2026. Yes, record of votes from page 1 up to the last page, down one.
No.
At the bottom.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, he's looking at the record of votes, not the other paper. You are looking at the record of votes.
Yes,
The one we have just passed.
yes.
What are you saying?
I mean from page 1
Yes.
up to the last page, down one,
Uh-huh.
is 16 March 2025, when actually it should be 16 March 2026.
Yes, the footer. You mean the footer? Those small prints down.
Yes, down.
Those small prints.
Yeah.
It's good that you identified and that it should be amended. But if you look at it also, it's not part of the, it's not part of our amendments. We have got our date correct on the cover sheet and on the other these things. These are their footers for their own, but they will amend it.
Okay, thank you. Because we are not in 2025.
Yes, they
We are
will
in
amend.
2026.
This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Clerk, we will proceed.
Thank you. Bill, Order 77 and Section 101, Sub 3 of the 1997 Constitution. First, second, and third reading of the National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026 by His Excellency the Vice President.
Honorable members, let me welcome His Excellency the Vice President of the Republic and the Honorable Minister for Health, if he's around. Honorable members, His Excellency the President of the Republic has issued a certificate of urgency under Section 101 of the 1997 Constitution for the National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026 to be considered by the Assembly as an urgent important matter of state. A copy of the certificate has been circulated to you all for your information. Honorable members, I will now put the question without debate for the acceptance or otherwise of the certificate of urgency on the said bill. Be resolved that this Assembly do accept the bills entitled National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026 be proceeded with under a certificate of urgency. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, Order 77.3, which reads, a bill to which a certificate of urgency attaches may be proceeded with throughout all its stages, and the Assembly shall not be counted out or adjourned, except upon a motion made by the Vice President or a minister in charge of the bill, until such bill has been read the third time. Therefore, the said bill shall be proceeded with throughout all the stages in the Assembly. In other words, I am not in a position to accept any dilatory motion or referrals as dictated by Order 77.3 that once a business is accepted under a certificate of urgency, it shall not be counted out or adjourned until the business is completed. I will now invite His Excellency, the Vice President, the person in charge of the bill, to hand over a copy of the bill to the clerk for the first reading. Your Excellency.
First reading, the National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026.
Honorable members, in accordance with Standing Order 65, the first reading of the National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026 is completed. Therefore, in accordance with Standing Orders 66 and 77, we will proceed to the second reading of the bill forthwith. Clerk, may we proceed?
Second reading, National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026 by His Excellency the Vice President.
Honorable members, pursuant to Standing Orders 67 and 77, I now invite His Excellency the Vice President to move a motion for the second reading of the bills entitled National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026. Thereafter, the bill would be seconded and the Assembly would debate on the general merits and principles of the bill, as per Standing Order 67-1. After the debate, we will resolve into a committee of the whole Assembly to give detailed consideration to the bill. On that note, honorable members, I now invite His Excellency the Vice President to move the motion for the second reading of the bill.
Honorable Speaker, I move the motion for the second reading of the bill entitled National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026. The bill seeks to amend the National Security Council Act 2025 in order to provide a clear and enforceable legal framework for financing the security sector reform process and operations of the National Security Sector Joint Operations Fund. A significant progress has been made in the implementation of the SSR in the Gambia, particularly through the enactment of the National Security Council Act 2025. We recall that the Act established the National Security Council and the Office of National Security and defined their roles, responsibilities, and coordination mechanisms. The Act marked a major milestone in strengthening democratic oversight, accountability, and strategic decision-making within the national security architecture. However, despite these achievements, the reform process continues to face structural and resource-related constraints due to inadequate financing, with most of the SSR activities heavily dependent on external donor support. The Act envisages the creation of alternative funding sources through the National Security Sector Joint Operations Fund. Unfortunately, legislative gaps in Section 22 of the Act has rendered the financing provisions unenforceable as a tax instrument. In particular, the levy on insurance premiums conflicts with the Income and Value-Added Tax Act, and the reference is to a security levy on import duty is legally untenable because it does not exist under any extant legislation. The bill, therefore, intends to repeal and replace the existing financing provision with a single legally established national security levy. The levy is imposed at 1.5% of the cost, insurance and freight value of all goods imported in the Gambia. This bill further introduces new sections 22A and 22B to provide for the imposition, administration, collection, and enforcement of the national security levy. The Gambia Revenue Authority will collect the levy and subsequently pay it into the National Security Sector Joint Operation Fund. This amendment will ensure that the fund is robustly financed through a sustainable domestic revenue mechanism, thereby reducing over-reliance on external donors, enhance national ownership, and enable long-term planning for logistics, infrastructure, and training programs in the security sector. It will also strengthen accountability by aligning enforcement with existing tax laws and provide penalties for non-compliance. The overarching objective of this bill is to secure predictable and sustainable financing for the SSR process, thereby strengthening national security institutions, enhance public safety, fostering citizen confidence in the government, and promote economic growth through sustainable security environment. I submit.
Thank you, His Excellency, the Vice President. Any seconder? Yes, Honorable nominated member, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the bill entitled the National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026. Honorable Speaker, the importance of this amendment cannot be overemphasized. As the government
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Member for Sabak Sanjal.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Speaker's ruling. Standing Orders 8.
Standing order.
Honorable Speaker, Standing Order 8 says, in all cases where matters are not expressly provided for by these standing orders, any correction on procedure or order shall be decided by the Speaker. I'll also want to reference your ruling, Speaker's ruling on all matters. Honorable Speaker, last week, a ruling was made by the Speaker that the one who seconds the motion should be given a limited time. And myself, I was given limited time to second a motion. And the ruling was done by himself, the Deputy Speaker. I submit to you.
So what do you mean? What do you mean? I don't understand you when you say that.
Yes, sir.
You want us to give. Yes, hold on. Because in that case, it means members will be given limited time.
Yes, including the one who seconds the motion.
Yeah, but so far we have not given anybody limited time. So how can we limit him?
Exactly, that was exactly what happened here. I was about to second the motion, like he is doing now, and then he gave me a limited time that before you proceed with your deliberations, your time is limited to only 3 minutes, which has never happened in the parliament. So that is why I'm bringing it to your attention that such a ruling was made before the parliament.
Honorable Speaker.
Minority and then Lower Salum.
I think, Honorable Speaker, for that particular instance, I think the debate time was given, not exceeding 1 hour. By virtue of that, and then many members submitted to participate, the Speaker suggested that let's have timing. And that began right from the one seconding the motion. And then he challenged that, but members accepted that let there be timing. Comparing that scenario with this one there is no time frame. And traditionally, the mover can debate, second, or participate in the debate where there is no time frame. Then after that, the Speaker can either decide whether there should be time limit for participation. I see no ground for the member to make that comparison of that scenario with the current situation. I so move.
Lower Salum.
Thank you. And Honorable Speaker, the member for Sabak. It's okay. Yes, on the day that the Deputy Speaker make a ruling out of it. Honorable Speaker, one, you should in fact allow the point of order to continue, because procedurally, Speaker's ruling to challenge in the plenary, it has to be a substantive motion. That's a notice of the motion where we will be agreed on your submissions. One. Allow my mic to go up, please. Yes, Speaker's ruling, because I don't think precedent should be set on this issue, because already the Speaker make a ruling, and if that ruling is to be challenged, has to be a substantive motions that agreed by you. That's orders 52 of the standing orders. One, two, the member Sabak Sanjal, in this other paper that was given to us, it's not a report, it's about bills. And the reports also are given a time bound whereby members, limit themselves on the other paper. That's 1 hour is given to the report submission and the debate of members. When the Deputy Speaker made that ruling that on the report, the person in charge of the report has spent 30 minutes. Then it was 30 minutes remained, and members who attempt to contribute were much. Then speakers make ruling out of that. Then speakers make ruling out of that, that even the second, who to second, because normally we use that opportunity to take more time. You understand? Whereby some members will not get access to the debate on it. So this is why the speaker makes that ruling that you as a seconder, you are part of the limited time. I submit, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, thank you very much. Honorable Member, I think it is very clear now. One is the inference made by the Honorable Member for Sabak Sanjal is not applicable to this one. Meaning that one is time bound. And in the decision of the Speaker is informed by the number of participants, the time, etc. That aside, the Honorable Member for Lower Salem finished it all. The decision of the Speaker cannot be challenged by a point of order or something except on a substantive motion. So if we are to challenge that, it has to come in that form. So can we continue now, please?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this amendment bill is very important because it seeks to address the financial gap of members of the security forces. This parliament is privy, especially members of the Standing Committee on Defense and Security, the enormous challenge our security forces are encountering daily in the daily administrations, in their offices, equipment, materials of the armed forces and security forces of the Gambia. Now governments seek to get or receive parallel or different funding that will go towards addressing those issues. I think this is for the first time. It is forward-looking, it is positive, it is intended to address the concern of every member of parliament and every member of the executive and every constituent of this country. That for one to maintain a sustained peace, stability, you must have effective implementation and enforcement of law and by law enforcers and to defend the territorial integrity of the country. And that cannot be possible in the absence of well-resourced armed and security forces to be able to have the equipment, the training, and to withstand the test of time. And that is why this government, under the leadership of His Excellency the President, the National Security Council, and the Armed Forces Council, thought it is prudent to work with the Ministry of Finance and all stakeholders to, under instruction of the Commander-in-Chief, to find out a solution, permanent solution, that will help us improve the cry of our security forces and that of the members of parliament. Of recent, the Standing Committee on Defense and Security embarked on a nationwide tour, of course, led by the Vice Chair. But because of the things that have been unveiled, that's the condition of our men and women in uniform, they thought it's prudent not to let that report. Today, history will record us as part of those who are joining with the executive arms of government to once and for all address the seemingly impossible to address, that's the challenges of our security forces. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, for seconding the motion. Honorable members, in accordance with Standing Order 67 sub 1, I will now open the floor for debate on the general merits and principles. Honorable members, on the general merits and principles of the bill. Any honorable member who wishes to partake, you can raise your tag and your name will be recorded. I now invite the honorable member for Fonyi Kansala.
Yeah, thank you. Honorable Speaker, I want to move a motion. 52C. Sorry, yeah. 53 and also 53C. A motion for the adjournment of the debate.
53C.
Yes, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, honorable
Yes.
members, honorable members, honorable members, please. Honorables, please. I have said it many a times. Every member has a right to his speech and opinion. Allow members to say what they want to say. If you are in disagreement, rise and then bring in your own. Avoid shouting on members who are already taking the floor. Please. Yes, Councillor.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I am raising on a motion 53C, a motion for the adjournment of the debate. Honorable Speaker, looking at the matter before us, we will put it this way, that the national security is a concern for all members, especially in our last session that we had. And also, the executive committee with this will address the gap that we have missed in the budget. So therefore, I see to seek members for us to adjourn without debate so that we can do the needful and for this to be urgently passed and they execute the tax for the security forces of this country. Thank you.
Honorable members, we have heard of the motion by the honorable member for Fonyi Kansala. Any seconder to the motion? Nyamina Dankunku.
Honorable Speaker. I want to observe.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise
observation.
to second the motion. Honorable Speaker, as the member for Councillor said, this bill was tabled here in Parliament and then it was referred.
Nyamina, just hold on. Honorable members, please, if you want to giggle, go outside the Parliament and allow us to do our business. Please. No, otherwise, I will call your names. All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. As right to second the motion, as the mover of the motion said, this bill was actually tabled here and then referred to the Defense and Security Committee. It was actually fully scrutinized and then a report was tabled here. We just have a few amendments. So anybody who have any concern during the consideration stage, we can criticize it there. Thank you.
Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the debate the move is debate. Debate should not continue. That Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the debate on the bill should be adjourned. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Division. Honorable members, those in favor, please raise your tax. Those in favor of the bill, of the motion rather, raise your tax. Honorable members, those against the motion, raise your tax. Against the motion, raise your tax. You've got it. Honorable abstentions, raise your tax. You've got it. Honorable members, the results of the votes. The results. Those in favor of the motion, 28. Those against, the noes, 8. And abstentions, 0. The ayes have it. So, honorable members, the debate will be suspended, and if His Excellency the Vice President has anything to say.
Honorable Speaker, we want to take this opportunity to thank the honorable members for sustaining the debate. As has been alluded to, I think we have some issues that we need to rectify as quickly as possible. Because since the bill was, it was enacted, we could not get any monies from that because it was not enforceable. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the bill entitled National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026 be read a second time. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Clerk, you may now read the short title.
The National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026, hereby deemed to have been read a second time.
Honorable members, I will now resolve the Assembly into the Committee of the Whole Assembly to consider the bill in detail. On that note, the Assembly is now resolved into the Committee of the Whole Assembly. Probably an email phone call. Honorable members, the House will now go into the Committee of the Whole Assembly to consider the National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026, clause by clause. Clerk, let's proceed.
Clause 1, citation.
This is clause 22. Huh? 22. Sorry, this is 20 plus 22 Mansotomento. Clause 40. 22B. 2. 22B2. But we can. Honorable member for Woodley East, you have a proposed amendment. I know, but what I'm saying is you talked about 22B sub 2. That's where I could not see. 22B. There is 22B2. That's what I don't see. You have to, what the proposal I'm reading from your document. 22B sub 2. That's what you have. And this is what I'm saying. All right, but before I announce, when we reach there, you call my attention. Yeah. Honorable members, it is proposed that clause 1, citation, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 2, amendment of Act number 8 of 2025.
It is proposed. Yes, please.
A clarification. The word they are hereafter should not have been herein after. I think it should be herein
National
after.
Security
rather than
Council
hereafter.
Act, in brackets, hereafter referred to as the principal act. You are suggesting hereinafter. Our legal people. Hereafter. It's all good. You know, this one is technical. Let's allow the legal people give us the. It's good. All right? Honorable, it's equally good. Yeah. It is proposed that clause 2, amendment of Act number 8 of 2025, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 3, deletion of section 22, sub 3 and sub 4.
Thank you very much. Chair, we're talking about the security sector reform, and the Vice President ably talks about the object and the reason, the purpose of it, sustainability, of funding. Now, this particular section has multiple sources of funding, and now we are trying to delete the whole section to focus on only one source of funding to the security sector as a means of sustainability. I'm not yet convinced. How do we call it sustainable to only look at only one sector, the importation side, to put levy of 1.5? So hope that is not going to suppress the economy, the inflation issue, and the importer, the business community. How will they feed that too? And what is the real percentage of this 1.5? I want better explanation to it by the mover.
And
Chair, I think I will support the deletion of this thing. Reason being is about the earlier submission of 0.15 is unattainable. Yes, I understand there are means of funding, but this is about security issues, and security issues supersede everything as far as national existence is concerned. So basically, I think it's in line for us to delete clause 22, sub 3 and 4 from the Act.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. The rationale for deleting clause 22 or section 22 or section 22, 3 and 4. For 22, 3 is purely on the source of fund. Whereas, and then that one, we're informed that A is on the international gateway, and then B is on insurance premium, and C is on security, monies obtained from other security levy on import duty. Then D on monies obtained from other sources. Perhaps this where the minister, the vice president informed that they find it very difficult to enforce. That is on the source of the fund. However, I'm not clearly informed the reason regarding clause 4 that is, community means economic community of West African states. What is the rationale for deleting A? We are told that for 3 is regarding source of fund, and they find it rather unenforceable. But what is about the issue of ECOWAS, deleting that part? What is informed about that?
Honorable members, if we look at the object and reasons, you look at paragraph 3, the third paragraph. Honorable minority, can you read it loud for us?
However, despite these challenge achievements, reform process continues to face structural and resource-related constraints due to inadequate financing. With most of the SSR activities heavily dependent on external donor support, the Act envisaged the creation of alternative funding sources to the National Security Joint Operation Fund. Unfortunately, the legacy gap of 22A Act was rendered financing provision unenforceable as tax instrument, in particular the levy on insurance premium, and conflict with the income and value added tax act, and their reference to the security levy input. It is legally unattainable because it does not exist under any instant legislation. That's what I am saying.
Yes, you know, I know yours.
Yeah, the source.
That, you know, why I quoted this one,
yeah,
is to address the concerns of the member for Central Body.
Yeah.
Not you, you said it.
Yeah.
But I think he was busy, so I want him to listen to probably the reasons adduced.
Yeah.
You know, you were challenging, you were talking about.
I want the minister to.
No. Listen, what I'm saying is, we are all participants. You talk, he talk, we clear each other's doubts. What I'm saying, the minister in his own words, the vice president, you misled me. Apologize for that. Read these portions, why there is need for reforms on this bill. And your concern was, yes, so far you are talking about getting money, and there are various alternatives given to get money. They are now reducing it to 1. You know, that's what you said. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. The reasons he adduced in paragraph 3, very clearly, on the no reason. No, what I'm saying is, there are complications, legal complications in implementing it. Yes. I will allow you to say, no, I will allow you to say your concern now. This is what I'm saying. This is why I'm giving you the floor. I am giving you the floor to help you clear your doubt.
Okay.
If you have any doubt, you have a right to be clear.
Okay.
You know, so what we are saying, what I'm saying first
Let me come. Huh?
What I'm saying first is, after hearing your comment, after hearing your concerns, I want to believe that those concerns are addressed in paragraph 3. I was going to ask the Honorable Vice President to make his statement. But before that, the Honorable Minority Leader, in fact, said this almost the same. So what we are saying now is, if you have had it and you still have concerns, you can raise them up. Yes, go ahead.
What I'm saying is the concern that I raise. Now, we had these sources, which are stated as follows: a percent of revenue generated annually from the international gateway. There's a funding that we are going to delete, source. Now, if you come to B, that's the 5% of revenue generated annually from insurance premium. What I'm telling you, B, in the Vice President's explanation, B is not attainable because there is a lab. But as far as A is concerned, I'm not informed about that. Understand? A is gateway. Gateway. Now, if you go to C also, C said 0.15% on the security levy on the import. On the import. Now that's what they are increasing to 1.5. I'm saying why? Why are they increasing to that? And what will be the effect on the importers who are bringing? Because if I'm importing, you put more charges on me, more levy on me, automatically it's going to affect the price and the cost of commodities in the country. So I want him to explain that one. And moreover, Speaker, 2017, the security sector reform was instituted to reform our security, to downsize it, and there were a lot of funds allocated to this country. And until now, I'm speaking from 2020.
No, you are going outside it.
I'm not going out of it. I'm telling you.
I am ruling that you are going outside.
I'm telling you the objective.
No, you cannot tell me.
Rule it out.
You cannot tell me. Yes. Yes. Honorable member for Kansala.
Yes. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, I think looking at the one that we are to delete and also the one that we are to incorporate, we are part of the defense and security of the committee. And the reason why SSR is not going as it is expected, major factors, what the object and reason have alluded, it's all funded. And when funds are given, they determine where to do your reform on. The government has not got any basket where it could hold and say, donors, yes, we want to do reform, but we can now get this. Now, looking at the deletion where the honorable member is saying, if you look at 4, it has addressed the concern that he said. He said, this section shall not apply to goods that are exempted from tax under any legislation. So I believe the way it is will cater. And again also, it says the reason why it's not taxable because there are legal gaps, including gateway, including premium. So therefore, when this is crafted, 22A123 will address that is where they will have a fund. So the security institution alone being passed without this fund will just render it zero. So I believe the way it is crafted is in line, and it will better inform us, and it will better improve service of the security. And finally, in these chambers here, our 25 million was denied for security sector institutions. It was being used to another area where we campaign. It was not. Yes. Yes. So this will address our problem, and we are in line.
Honorable member for Latrikunda Sabi.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. I will be very brief. I just want the Vice President, even though the income that is annually generated from Gateway is not a specific amount, but if you can give us an average every year, how much is collected from security from this Gateway, so that we'll be able to know by average, this is the amount of money we are giving to the security sector reform on a yearly basis. Just 5% of the average income generated from the Gateway annually. Thank you very much.
But Honorable, we are now, the Gateway is no longer part of it. Look at your bill. It's no more part of it. That was the past. No, he did not say that. You want him to say that. No. I have heard him like you heard him. Honorable member for Upper Salum.
No, it's withdrawn. It's answered already, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We take note of the concerns. I think, first of all, let me align myself with the response given by the Honorable Member for Fonyi Councillor. Honorable Speaker, I think we will realize that, like I said in the objection reasons, for example, the premium, because it's not available in any legislation, therefore you cannot collect it. I think that's the first challenge. In response to the question raised by Honorable Member Faladikuna Saviji, the insurance, the international voice gateway is about $5 million. All right. Now, in response to the question by the minority leader, those are forms, and working together with the Minister of Finance and the GRA, we realize that what we are collecting from the forms is very little. So therefore, we want to base it on that. We are not going to get the funds required to finance the security sector reform and other activities that the security sectors require. That is why it's felt that to simplify it, we have only one line, one revenue line that we can use to collect these funds and finance activities. Yes, the levy.
For Serekunda. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. It seems like here in the original bill, there was this 22C, 0.25% of national security levy on import duties to be collected as part of their funds. Now the new amendment is like to increase it to 1.5%. Is it? So what would that mean? This will have an impact on the citizens. Why not maintain the 0.25%, proposed 0.25%? Yes, because this, of course.
Chair. Thank you very much, Chair. I think the object and reasons are very, very clear. There are serious financing gaps, and this is a security sector that you cannot really, downplay. The monies that are being realized are very meager compared to what is at stake here. So basically, I think the 1.5% to have one revenue line now to finance this is very, very important. So basically, I think the text itself is clear. The object and reason is very clear. It's for us to support this move. So, Honorable Speaker, I want you to really understand that you have had enough. You have had many concerns, and the purpose is clear.
Honorable members, this is not a debate. It's not a debate, please. No. I have just given you a chance. Others are there. Let me give them a chance, my friend. You have spoken. I have given you twice for you to speak. There are other hands. And others. This is why I said, wait, you cannot. Honorable, you know, the problem here is, in the proposed amendment, the earlier one, you had about 3 other areas of revenue generation. 3 or more. Now you are putting all that away.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
What did you know? Honorable member for
because we are informed that this revenue line.
Honorable member for Serekunda, please. Honorable member for Woodley.
Willie. Yes, Chair, what is here is that...
no, you said no. I want to know why you said
that's the no I am telling you. You say every importer shall pay 1.5 of the cost, insurance, and trade value. So they have put 3 items there. It's not only one item.
No, what I'm saying is, no. He is talking about, what I'm saying is, before it was the same, 2 point something, 0.05, it's the same. They are explaining it. That's only one component. The levy, what do you call it? The other one that he talked about just recently, gateway. Gateway is no more there. You have to generate revenue from it. The other one also, the third one, insurance is no more there. So why all those are out? So, and in essence is to generate revenue to be able to solve a problem. Otherwise, it has no basis.
I want to refer him to the principal text.
Point of order,
sub 23, source of fund includes the 5% generated from gateway, 5% revenue generated from insurance, and 0.15. And if you turn again on D, other source reasonable amount monies obtained from following. That is the passport, the ID card, alien form, resident permit, entry clearance, emergency travel certificate, entry visas, extension of stay, and naturalization and driving license. They are letting go of all those source of funding to have one revenue line stream.
Okay. I have a point. I have a point of order.
Honorable Chair.
Order. Let me listen. To
yes, the order is 70. Order 70 subsection subclause 4. Yes, on standing orders. Any proposed amendment to a bill at the committee stage in committee of the whole house, notice of which has not been given, shall be handed to the clerk in writing. Honorable Chair, you see, we are speaking in different angles, and the member for Serekunda cannot substantiate the impact that he has submitted. You see, the essence of not
the member of Serekunda.
Yes, he said that the levy that will be increased from 1.5% will cause impact to the citizens, and he cannot substantiate that one. Now, the essence of even this bill was debated here. You understand? And again, the new amendment that is proposed by the Vice President, I think members should, consider that one, and we far ahead, because this bill was considered here.
We are not the time debating now. I have tried my best to give members so that they can raise their concerns and all these things. But it will look as we are going into a debate. Yes, I will give you. Honorable member for Upper Salon.
Yes, Chair, I think, yes, Chair, I think we need to, Chair, I think we need to be really, we need to reflect on what we are trying to do here.
Please.
Yes.
Stop arguing with the speaker or the chairman. Avoid it. It's not legal. Yes, stop it. No, don't talk again. Stop it. No, I'm not saying you are against the bill. Please. Please.
Yes.
Please.
Go ahead. What I'm trying to say is this, very simple. We need to reflect. If you look at currently, what the bill or what the act is doing is to collect certain percentage from what is already collected. There is no new charge. But this new bill is saying for 1.5% of the imports, which is actually new. These are two different things. We need to be very careful here. When you say 5% of the revenue generated annually from insurance premium, that is not putting any extra cost on the premium, but it's saying the amount of money that they collect, we are taking 0.5 of that. But this one is saying something new. He said, no, now forget about all that, but give us 1.5% of these imports, which is a new tax. Now, what we need to reconcile now is this. When the Minister of Finance in December, when he was here for the budget speech, the government policy, it was already very clear on the new revenue streams, which means on the new taxes. And this one is not part of it. So now how do we align those ones? Because it was already announced that these are the new taxes that government is going to levy in 2026. It was very clear, and everybody's aware during the budget speech. But now, on this new one, it seems there's something that's new that was not in the original 2016. So how can we reconcile these two?
The easiest way to reconcile.
There is no tax. There's a levy. This is a tax. It's a levy.
The easiest way to reconcile is government at all times can bring a bill to paying whatever they have decided. Yeah, this is the thing. The one you are talking about, the estimates is a bill. It's a bill enacted. This one seeks to do differently. So even in media, they can do differently.
It's not
so this one overrides the budget speak. The bill now overrides the budget speak. What I want us to avoid, honorable members, what I want us to avoid is just on this small thing, we have taken a long time. If we are not in agreement, people up and down, we will put it to a vote. No, I put it to a vote. If I take you, I will take others again. Honorable members, you have not reached it. We have not reached it yet. No, I have just seen this one. No. What he is saying, honorable members, what the member for Woolly East is saying is clause 22A. We have not even reached there. We have not even reached there. We are on the deletion of these things. We are on 3, 22, 3, and 4. You are now talking about 22A2, 1.5%. We have to read that. Honorable members, I now put the question. It is proposed that clause 3, deletion of section 22 sub 3 and sub 4 stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 4. Insertion of new section 22A and 22B.
Can you check whether this applies to that? 22, you know we are on clause 4. Your this thing, does it apply to that? Clause 4 is insertion of new sections.
Yes.
Yes. It should be, if you are talking about the 1.5, it should be the next one, member for Woodley East. If you are talking about that 1.5%, and that is in 22 no, yes, that's where we are there. So,
Chairman.
Just hold on.
I'm coming, Chairman.
Just hold on. What he is proposing on number 4, that insertion of new section 22A and B, he is saying clause 22A2, 1.5% should be limited to only on the cost of freight value of all the goods instead of insurance and cost.
Chairman, can I observe?
That's your proposal, isn't it?
Can I observe?
Yes.
Chairman,
Yes.
you cannot allow an amendment to what you need insert. We have to insert first because remember we have deleted. No, please, just listen. We just listen.
I said, allow somebody to learn.
We just succeeded in deleting 22, 3 and 4. Now, there is a proposal here to insert clause 22A and B. Once you insert now, then his own comes in terms of amending that. But you haven't inserted yet. How can you amend? No, yes?
No. Your proposal is to insert 1.5. They are telling you, no, instead of 1.5, let it be 1 or 3 or 4. Whatever you agree on is what is going to be inserted. Yes.
What I'm saying, remember now, there is nothing like 22A and B. Bear it in mind. Please, just calm down. We have just deleted. The next clause is insertion of a new 22A and B. Now, he is writing to amend that. No.
6 to amend the principal one. And the proposal there is that one be changed to this one. They are saying that one that you are suggesting that we put in, look at it to amend it this way so that we can put it in. You agree or disagree, but you don't put it in and then come back and say again, no. Yeah, honorable. No. Yeah, I'm coming to you. Honorable members, we are on number 4. Here, this is from the honorable member for Upper Salum, 22C. Any monies appropriated by the National Assembly. You want us to add C.
explain, Speaker.
Yeah, please.
Yes. The reason why I did that, if I remember this one, to add it, the purpose is because now we want to only have one source of funding, and that's very risky. You see, during the debate previously, I told you that to fund this security sector, it must be from funds that are very predictable. I said this, I use this phrase here. We must be very predictable. And I mentioned that we need to also give leeway where Parliament can also do an appropriation if there's a need. If there's a need, we don't need. The reason that is, if we only stop at that 1.5%, let's say a few years down the line, government decides to reduce all the tax on imports. That would affect that line. It will affect it generally. If you have this one here, which means if there is a need, Parliament can actually put money for them and that will not be affected. Now, so it's too risky to have only one line.
Yeah, I've seen your point, but let me ask you a question. In the principal bill, is there any provision that allows Parliament to appropriate funds to the country?
I proposed it during the debate, but it was ignored. Sentiment asked them.
So what I'm saying, it's not there.
No, it's not there.
Ah,
yes, it's not there.
All right. What he's saying, just hold on, just hold on. Honorable members, he is proposing, honorable member for Upper Salum. Upper Salum. Huh? We are coming to it.
Chair.
Honorable member.
Yes.
You are talking about to add C.
Yes, you know there are two funds here.
Yeah, no, you are saying,
Inside.
no, it's not this one. You are saying that C, we don't have C here. The number, they are numbered 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
So where does it, how?
No, we have only A and B.
Huh?
If you look at it, we have only A and B. I'm suggesting to add C.
A and B, where is A and B? There is no A and B here. Where do you have that?
You look at the bill. Yes.
We have deleted, please. We have deleted. We are not talking about insertion. And that insertion has no C. They are all numbered 1, 2, 3. From the Honorable Vice President,
yes,
is that we remove those 22, 3, and 4. They are out. We have just done that. They are proposing that we bring in 22A and B. And 22A, imposition of the national security levy, has no C. It has 1, 2, 3, and 4. So where are you going to put the C?
Chair.
So are you talking about a 5?
No. We can do either or. We can do it either or. We can add it on the A, or we can create a new 22C. And I'm proposing 22C, new one.
No. You know, okay, you are saying that this 22
exactly.
A1 that's in position there.
Exactly.
Then you have 22B, capital B.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see. Yeah.
No,
but,
in the way you.
Yes, the way I do, yes. But equally, we can add it on the A.
All right, what he's saying. This,
yeah. So, Speaker, what I'm trying to say is this.
Yeah, I've got.
You got it, okay.
Yeah, so what you are saying is now we have another source of revenue.
Exactly.
That's 22C, capital C.
Exactly. Yes, approved by the parent. Because, you know...
Honorable members, you see, you like to confuse people. The owner of the proposal, let him clear. If he cannot clear, you can come up. But you say something different again, he will say something different, you confuse me up. No, let me hear from him. Hey, Honorable Opasalu, your proposal, if I understand it, is now we create 22 capital C. And in that, it should be any monies appropriated by the National Assembly. as another source of funding for the district. That's what you are saying. Okay. All right. Honorable Minister.
Chair.
I am coming. I will not move without your listing, my friend.
Honorable Speaker, just want to confirm, we take note of the proposal from the member for Upper Salem. But what we are saying, I think this provision, the 1.5 will be sufficient because this is just for the Joint Operations Fund. The monies for the operation of the office is actually coming from the budget.
Chair, yes, I know. Wait. Chair, I'm aware of there are two funds here. We have the office, I'm aware, I know. We have the office fund, which is fine. That is from the appropriation of National Assembly. This is a specific fund for the joint operations. This is what I'm saying, that it's very risky to have only one source of funding, because anytime there is a reduction in the import duties, whatever it is, it's going to affect this particular fund.
Just hold on. Honorable members, I don't think this addition makes any difference.
No.
What he is proposing is Pankanta. That's what he is saying. He is saying that, yes, this is a good source of money, but over time things can happen. And if those things change, and there is need for funding, where are you going to get the fund?
Chair.
If there is no need, government will not appropriate any money.
Chair, can I be heard?
Let's get that.
What I'm trying to say.
Yes, go ahead.
Chair, this is very specific. This funding is going to a joint operation. A joint operation, that is why they have they are now going for a steady flow of revenue on this part. The other expenses of the ministry has its own national budget. And if they want any augmentation there, the ministry is part of the budget. I'm coming, Speaker. I'm coming. No, just allow me land. I'm answering your question. Exactly. I understand. He wants other source of funding.
No.
Separate. No. Money is appropriate by National Assembly.
No. You see, what we are saying is, this is good enough. What he is saying is, this is good enough as it is.
I understand.
No, but unless you don't, because your response doesn't.
No.
Just hold on. Your Excellency, what I understand from him, we are now talking about this 1.5%. It's good, but anything can happen if you only rely on it. And why you are bringing this bill is because there is not, you have not got enough funds to be able to do those costs. And if you are to do that, now something happens, as something happened in the first one, that you cannot implement, something happens to this one, what other source will what other source are you going to rely on? This one is saying, in the event that something happens, that you cannot generate money from this one, then you can rely on the National Assembly to appropriate funds for you. What is bad about that?
No, we agree with that, Mr. Speaker.
Chair. What is bad about that?
We accept the proposal.
Chair, can you hear us, Sabasanja?
We accept the proposal.
Chair.
Hello?
Chair.
Chair, yes.
Yeah.
Chair.
On this particular one,
Yes.
yes, Honorable
Sabasanja.
No, it's phone you cancel.
My High Court's Kansala.
Yes.
Or after him, Sabak Sanja.
Okay. Honorable Speaker, what Honorable Upper Salem is saying, looking at the bill itself, the parent bill, it has various committees, and this one is talking about the joint operation. But when you look at the financial provision of the parent bill, I don't know how would it work this way. That is, under 18, funds of the office. It says, funds of the office shall include the monies appropriated by the National Assembly. B, monies received by office from any lawful source for the legitimate functions of the office. Now, monies will be appropriated by the Assembly for the running of the office. One part of it.
Honorable, I think
how would we also have another monies?
Honorable, I think he made that very clear.
Now, what I'm just saying is, here will be two appropriations.
You see, that appropriation is for the operations of the office. That was said and cleared. This one is different. This one, if they are the same, then there will be no need for them to bring this bill. But what they are saying is, this joint what? Joint security what? Operations fund, they want to get money into it. And that they have proposed that. Now, what honorable member for Upper Salum is saying is good. What happens if there are hiccups and problems? Let's have something to rely on. And that's why he proposed this. The honorable member for Sabak Sanjal.
Yes, Chair. Chair, thank you very much. I just want to align myself to the submission made by the honorable member for Upper Salum and yourself. I think it is good enough. Already, there is a percentage that has been established. But what will that percentage be in the next 10, 20 years to come? What will that 1.5 percentage be in the next 10, 20 years to come? So I believe the submission that you made and the member for Upper Salum is okay. We can have it there as 22C, so that in case there is something that is coming, the parliament can now chip in to avoid them coming back to the parliament. Like they are coming now because they already something was put in place, but they could not have it implemented. This is why they are coming back to us. So in case of incasity, we can have it as a separate clause. So I think the amendment is okay.
I am not taking anybody on this one unless you have an opposing view. Yes, I'm coming there. Unless, is it on this, honorable, please? On this, yes, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm saying now, no, yours is coming. It's a separate one. Yours is different from what is on the floor. Yes. They are different. They are all under the same clause, but they are different. This one is talking about, we are talking about revenue, these things. He's talking about an alternate. You are talking about reducing it or doing that. That's different. And I told you that I will come onto it. It's different. Honorable members, let me be very clear. If you have an opposing view, I will hear you. If you don't have an opposing view, I will not hear you. Yes, go ahead then you.
Yes, thank you very much. You see, the Vice President had made it clear. Howsoever the National Assembly will want to contribute, but they come and they are very specific. For this particular operation, they only needed one single source of funding. And they told us that in the process for the office, there is another funding that will be allocated by the National Assembly. They have told us exactly what happened. There is no need for Fankanta. The Fankanta is already there. The Fankanta is bringing again, adding in the operation, like we are saying again, in the office operation and in the joint operation, all these operations, National Assembly should be allocating funds. So that's Fankanta, that's what we are saying.
So let's get it clear. These two things are different. The administration that you allocate funds is different from this fund. And this fund we are now talking about. And what the Vice President is saying is that they are already existed in the Principal Act source of funding, which from that time to now cannot be operationalized. So now they, oh, honorable, let me learn. I am talking. You want me to stop talking and give you? I will not do that. Please. No, please. I recognized you. I told you I will come to you. I said after him, you. He said something, I'm talking, you want me to stop. Please. So what the Vice President did was that they cannot get money through that. He gave reasons. Now they are making this proposal that they believe they will be able to get money from this to be able to run that security fund. He came, he said, it's good. Everything be equal, we go until 1,000 years. But where something happens, they can rely on the National Assembly to get funding for it. What is double about that? The National Assembly will not fund this as long as this thing is going on and on. But where they are telling this as this what has happened now, then they can resort to the National Assembly immediately to get funds to do their operation. What is the agreement about that? Yes, honorable member for Serekunda.
Chair. Uncle.
Yes.
Serekunda.
What I'm saying.
Serekunda.
Serekunda.
Chair,
the levy that this bill is introducing is more certain than any other form of allocation here. This is talking about the imported, all levy on all goods imported into the Gambia. When will that be? Do you know what that situation is? Do you know what that? Do you know what that situation is?
Don't respond to people.
Yeah, okay. That is one. And we have never seen a sector benefiting twice, double allocation from the consolidated fund. This joint security patrol is a sub-program of the ONSS. And already in the ONSS established fund, there is an allocation by the National Assembly from the consolidated.
So, Chair, remember, there are triple or sometimes 4 allocations within the National Assembly to one sector. That's very common. This is salaries, this is that. You have allocations. Don't mislead us, please.
Chair.
All right.
Yes.
Yes. Honorable member.
Yeah, thank you. Order.
For Woolly East.
Yes, Chair, you see, if you look at 22A3, you said the minister, by order published in the Gazette, may vary the percentage of the levy specified in subsection 2, subject to the approval of the National Assembly. So we are already in order. Whatever we put there, if the minister feels that the imports are going down and the amount they are getting is getting lower, compared to what they need, they will simply come for us to vary the order. They can increase it, they can reduce it. So we are fine. There is no need to put the contingency that
I want to believe that that's enough contingency. Where the minister feels the money is going down, he can publish in the Gazette and resort to the National Assembly to give you funds.
Yeah.
I think that takes care. Honorable Mbo?
Yes. The danger with that is once you see the moment you are making laws and you give a lot of discretion, you will have a problem in the future. Because if you do that, you are giving discretion to the minister to vary anytime he wishes. But this one is something that is concrete. This second one is not used. It's only the discretion to vary. In fact, I have a problem with that, where you give minister powers to vary.
Cannot be executed without National Assembly.
Exactly. So when it comes to
one is, if the minister thinks he can vary, he will put it in the Gazette.
Yes.
And then it will
they come to National Assembly for National to amend. For National to amend the law. For National Assembly to amend that law. Of course.
You have it. If we are on an issue, he is not ready, I cannot move away from him. Clerk, Chair, Honorable, these 3 that is quoted by the Honorable Member for Woolly East, the minister by order published in the Gazette may vary the percentage of the levy specified in subsection 2, that's the 1.5, subject to the approval of the National Assembly. So that one is, even the minister varies it cannot be effective until National Assembly agrees to it.
Yes, you are right. And that is by way of amending that particular tax. Because if you go to section 149 of the Constitution on taxation, on subsection 3, is telling you where a law confers power on any person or authority to waive or vary a tax imposed by a law, the exercise of that power in favor of any person or authority shall be subject to national approval. That's the reason why he's coming here, for us to amend that particular in the Act of Parliament. Yeah, but it's going to take a longer time to amend an Act of Parliament. It takes a longer time to do. This is simpler.
All right, yes.
Chair, I still subscribe myself to what Honorable Mbo is saying, because we know that whatever they want to do, they have to come to the Parliament. But allow me, we are making a law here. If we give them that power, they don't need to come in the future and to gazette it, because gazetting it is another. It can cause delay. These are joint operations. They can need an emergency fund. National Assembly can allocate it when we have a law already. But as it is very open. It has to go stages. It has to go stages. So I think I subscribe myself to what Honorable Mbo is saying.
Because this is particular joint operation.
Can I come?
Chair.
Chair.
Chair, I've been raising my time for a while. and you have not just-
I think this is it's two way. What
majority is doing is not fair. What majority is doing is not fair.
What
Majority
Swaibu has
and South,
raised?
they are taking advantage of their proximity there, and they just on their mind. to start talking.
What Swaibu raised?
Yes.
What Swaibu raised?
I mean, what majority and
Point of
South
order.
are doing is not fair. They are taking advantage of their proximity and on their mind. to start talking.
Point of order. They are taking advantage of not their proximity, but the powers you vested in them.
Chair, point of order. Chair, let me just make this explanation.
Point of order.
The levy.
I say point of order, you are still talking. Honorable Chair, the member for Kantora is saying what Swaibu is saying. In this house, you say Wuli is member. Don't say Swaibu today in this house. Thank you.
Okay. Let me refer. Wuli is. Yeah, Honorable Speaker, if you look at what Wuli is has made mention, that the minister by order published in the Gazette may vary percentage of levies specified under Section 2. That is, yes, if you think that they are falling short of their revenue target, probably in the future, that is not forthcoming, they might come. But then also, what Mo is trying, what Honorable Mo Oposalum is trying to achieve is there, that yes, that could be there in terms of varying the percentage based on circumstances we find ourselves. But let there be a caveat, whereby a safeguard sort of, to have it there when there is a need of revenue now, we can just justify it. We are trying to create the legal backup now, the legal standing that we can say that money should be appropriate to this sector based on legislation. It's about trying to bring legislation to support any revenue they might need in the future, that monies approved by National Assembly also can also go into regional operations.
Honorable Speaker. Honorable Chair. There's a meeting here. I can't hear. There's a meeting going on here. Honorable Chair, having listened to all of them, their submission, those pro and anti, I think it's clear. Some of them, those who are anti the proposal, will never change. And we have a critical bill, which is technical and a very important bill. But what the majority, what the member for Upper Salem is saying, you could not have sum it better. It's a fankanta. If there is a need, we utilize it. If the need doesn't arise, we don't utilize it. Now everybody talk, let's vote on it. It's democracy. We have spent about an hour on the same 2-3 laws. Honorable member for Nyaniga.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I think I was also coming on the same ground. We've been debating on this matter for a while. No, please. You have spoke here several times. I didn't intervene. So if I'm talking, don't I respect you. No, I know what I'm talking about. I respect you so much. So if I'm talking, allow me to make my intervention. So, Honorable Chair, the proposal is before us, and people have shared their ideas. Put the question before us. We move.
Going to do now. Honorable members. No. Honorable. What do you do? Vice, you want to say something?
Honorable Speaker, actually I was just also consulting. Like I said earlier on, I had agreed with the proposal from the member for Upper Salem, but I was just consulting because this is about joint security operations. I've just consulted with them whether it is safe to actually get funds from other sources apart from the National Assembly. Because like they say, sometimes like the wall of Sekula Abalbot Fukonengai Hall. You know, some of these sources can come with some conditions. All right?
Clark.
No, because other sources in our interpretation is other than the National Assembly.
No, Your Excellency.
Yes.
The proposal for member for Upper Salem is not other sources. He's specific. He said He said any monies appropriated by the National Assembly.
Yes, we agree to that. We agree to that. That's fine.
Your Excellency, the proposal is good. From Alajimbo, yeah, it's good.
It's good. What is bad about that? He's not saying GB is good. Honorable members, we know we have had a lot of time on this particular issue. Some subscribe to the fact that sub 3.
Point of
sub
order,
3,
Honorable Speaker. Point of order.
Sub 3. Who is talking about point of order? Yes.
27. Reference to other members. A member elected for a constituency shall be referred to as the honorable member for the constituency. And the nominated member, Deputy Speaker, is calling the member for Salum by his name.
That is out of order yourself. The honorable member was talking to himself and the others. I never gave him permission to talk to anybody. He was not on the floor. It's just like when you are talking to the honorable member for Woolly East. You know, whatever you say there, we cannot put that as point of order. Please. Honorable, so the honorable members, the position here is two sides. One is the proposal by honorable member for Upper Salum. The other one is the one by the honorable member for Woolly East, who is suggesting that 22A sub 3 will take care of honorable most concerns, according to him. And the others are saying no. But these are the two things we have. So far, this is there. He feels that we should not put both on. Others are saying, no, this is not good enough. We should add C to incorporate what Honorable Member for Upper Salum said. So those in favor of the insertion of 22C proposed by the Honorable Member for Upper Salum, raise your tax. Sorry. Those in favor say aye. Those not in favor say no. The ayes then have it. All right. So 22C is inserted. Now I go to the member for Woolly East. Woolly East, yes, his proposal here is, where is it? Is it this? Sorry. Woolly East is suggesting, please, Honorable, please listen to proposals, otherwise you will miss it. Clause 22A, Woolly East. He said 1.5% should be limited to only the cost of freight values of all the goods instead of insurance and cost. That is the proposal from Woolly East.
Chair, what I'm saying is that we are not talking about small money here. We are not talking about small money. We are talking small money. We are talking about a lot of money here. We are talking about imports to the Gambia. Gambia is importing everything that you know, and it's in the billions. So if we take 1.5 of billions, they should know how many billions we are importing. It's more than $10 billion that we import. In fact, it's around 50 billion. So which means if we take 1.5% of 50 billion, all that will go into operation. That's what they are talking about here. And not only the imports, but also the freight and insurance is also added to the freight. The cost and insurance is added to the freight also. So we are talking about billions. That's what we are talking about. I don't think you do the calculation. It's left to you. You can put 5 billion there, 10 billion there. It's your business. But what I know, yes, I know you are going to tell. I'm because Allah will call it back. I tell you.
Honorable member for Woolly East, let's not argue man to man. Put your facts on the table. Honorable, I think what you are saying is we reduce it because this can run into a lot of money. But is the joint operations fund, joint operations of all the security forces. And their operation does not only mean for them to operate, it means a lot. Vehicles, equipment, even whatever you can imagine is incorporated in that. And it's in billions, not millions. It's in billions. And if you are going to fund that, you cannot say it's too much. Whatever is there cannot be enough. What is it? You cannot, Honorable, this is security. Remember, you are dealing with security. You want people to come and tell you, we are going to give you this and that and that. No, what they are saying is, they gave you an idea of what the thing is. For me, joint security force, joint operations fund captures almost everything. And it's not limited to police, this thing, army, every security force. Their joint operations, even their movement alone is vehicles. Their equipments are what? So don't see this as a light this thing. We cannot even raise that fund. Pardon?
It's on the high side. What they brought to us is on the high side. Cost and insurance and freight. 1.5% of that.
Yeah, my proposal is, we know that this joint operation is very, very important and they need fund. But I want to put it to you that we reduce it at least to 1%, since they are getting other funding from UN, AU, ECOWAS, and other organizations. They are. From 2024 to 2020, you want to tell me you didn't get any $43 million from them?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, you cannot even rely your security on outside funding. No, but what do you mean by security sector? No, this is not the reform. It's the reform. This is not the security sector reform that we are putting the money into. And the reform may be part of it. But this is the joint security forces operation fund. You don't understand. Reform is just an element of it. You have to know that. This is telling you a lot more. Anyway, no, I said this guy, honorable member for Council.
Honorable Speaker, I think these are clear matters that Honorable for Woolley is saying. For example, if the levies or import is about 16 billion or so, it's about 247 million. How much is an armor tank that will be able to defend the security of this country? So I think I'm even saying, even the 1.4 is even very small. 1.5 is very security issue. We have to understand and decongest human rights issues and security. So he is more inclined into the human rights aspect. So I believe 1.5 is okay. It's very okay.
Yes. Let me refer the House the member to paragraph 5 of the bill on the object and reasons. It said this amendment will ensure the fund is robustly financed through sustainable domestic revenue mechanism, thereby reducing over-reliance on external donors. We cannot leave our security funding on donor support. What member for Baribu is saying that there are other sorts of funding that we should not really give that 1.5. I'm saying that the prayers advance in the bill is that we must look inward. We must make sure that we resource our security sector through domestic resource mobilization, not to over-rely or depend on external sources. Nobody does that.
Terrible. I think we all know that the greatest challenge third world countries have is funding their security. We know that. We cannot even be equated with others. Whatever, even if you take our whole national budget and give it to the security, it's not enough. I'm telling you, we all know that. So what they are saying is, if they are able to generate some more, we'll be able to at least ensure our own domestic security. That's what we are saying. And you are not stifling anything because you are not taking it from the coffers of the government directly.
Yes, withdraw. Honorable Willis.
All right. Yes, Honorable Mbo.
Withdraw.
Yes. Sorry, Honorable Member for.
I just wanted to refer the members to the budget. You know, when you look at the budget, we just approved on the revenue, receipts of grants, loans, whatever, on economic classification. You will see exactly how much the VAT, which is the value added tax on, which is 15% of the imports of oil and non-oil. If you look at that, the two of them put together, you're talking about almost 4 billion, and that's 15%. This 1.5% is minimal. It's not that much actually compared. So I think the way it is fine.
In mathematics, you are saying if 15% is
yes.
something 0.4 billion.
For about
what about 1.5%?
4.5 exactly, yeah. So, no, but it's here.
All right.
Honorable approve.
Chair.
Honorable members, it is proposed.
Chair, can I put this forward, please?
Who is that? Sabak Sanjal?
Yes. Yes, Chair. I just wanted to put this forward. I'm just from consulting somebody from GRA, and they are just informing us that in fact what they have there is usually in their platform is called CIF, which is cost, insurance, and freight. So you cannot divorce the two. They go together. So therefore the CIF as it is in line. We cannot remove it. Thank you.
Yeah. Members, we are now in agreement. Now, there are no, besides the insertion of 22C, there are no other amendments. So it is proposed that clause 4, insertion of new sections 22A and 22B, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. I think Abantale. Huh? Yes. No, they are all under 4. Insertion of 4. They are all under 4. All right. Question.
Chairman. Sorry, Chairman. Bring it now. Chairman, this is more of technical and legal.
Huh?
This is more of technical and more legal.
No, what are you saying? What is it? Is it a proposed amendment?
On 22BAA, rather, about the minister may publish in a gazette. They are asking us to delete that because, according to the legal experts, the drafters, that this is like creating a substantial legislation. So anything that the minister will do has to come to Parliament for amendment. So if you leave, exactly. No, but he is saying otherwise. Yes. We understand every bill must be gazetted, but the legal, yes.
That one has Chair. Chair, what's going on? What the order is saying? Honorable members, you know, there are a lot of consultations up and down to try to see what can happen. The suggestion here, the proposal here is that if you look at sub 3 that you talked about, Honorable Member for Woolly East, sub 3, sub 3 or 4, you know, it talks about the minister by order published in the Gazette. They are saying that, we should not agree to that. The order of a minister for us to do a motion. By that, it can come in the form of emotions. You know, what they are saying is what the usual route be followed. That the bill be gazetted and it comes in the form of a bill and Parliament looks at it and does the necessary job. Then by this, you are saying same thing, something different? Yes.
I still support the submission that we have here. The simple reason is, it said the minister by order published in the Gazette may vary the percentage. Now, because you want to, this is taxation, you want to vary it, the levy. Now, that one has to be gazetted. You cannot just bring that one as a motion.
Yeah. Listening. Chair. The gazetting is going to be done before anything comes to Parliament. It's gazetted, not by order. That gazetting will have to happen. But by this one, it may mean it will only come on a motion. This is how it is framed here. The minister can come here with a motion to change the act. Oh. Listen. This one is saying that the minister, by order, may put up something in the gazette. Without this itself, no bill comes without being gazetted. So whether that's stated or not, it will come gazetted. Do you follow that? Yes. So what is the essence? And this one, the difference is, for this one, it can come in the form of a motion. And the other one, it has to go through the bill process. Parliament scrutinizes at all levels until they agree and then they pass it. You see, you never listen. You are taking me back all the time. No. My point is we maintain. You never listen. We maintain as it is. That's my point. You are asking me what... I don't need to deal with you. Yes, Honorable.
Yes, Chair. Let's have clarity. You are saying if the minister wants to vary, he just come here and we move a motion, and then it is done, and then we look into it and then vary or not to vary. I think that is correct. But there is a provision in the Constitution which is, I think it's 149(3), which is saying, where any law confers power on any person or authority to waive or vary a tax imposed by any law, the exercise of that power in favor of any person or authority shall be subject to the approval of the National Assembly.
That's why we say we remove this.
Yes.
We remove gazetted out.
The Constitution provision has already taken care of it.
No, it's okay now. That's why we are saying we remove it.
Yeah, so I'm in line.
So otherwise, because even in contravention. So, Honorable Excellency, we are now almost in agreement. So the minister... let's look at it first. The minister may vary the percentage of the levy specified in sub 2, subject to the approval of the National Assembly. Okay. Honorable members, let somebody move that we retain our earlier decision.
I move that we retain our earlier decision
on sub 4.
Sub 3. Yes.
No, on clause 4.
Yes, clause 4.
It's moved and seconded that we retain our decision on clause 4. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, now the proposal, can somebody put up the proposal now? Honorable member for.
The proposal is that the minister may vary the percentage of levy specified in sub 2, subject to approval of National Assembly.
The proposal, honorable members, is in clause 4, sub 3. The minister, you remove by order published in the Gazette. No. By order published in the Gazette is the proposal is to remove that. Any seconder? Honorable member for Lower Fladu. Honorable members, it's been moved and seconded that clause 4 sub 3 be amended to remove by order published in the Gazette. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. You have got the amendment, huh? Okay. Honorable members, thank you very much. The Assembly will now go to resume. Big last part. Honorable, your proposal is here. I picked it up. I read it for you. If there is another one, when I said it was ready, you could have come up. No, Honorable. Let's not argue about that.
When we put everything up, I said we are now ready. You could have, no, listen, Honorable, it's not now. We cannot go back on that. No, I'm not by. I gave you enough chance.
Honorable members, the assembly now resumes. Honorable members, as per Standing Order 77 sub 3, we will proceed to the third reading of the bill as considered at the consideration stage. I will therefore invite His Excellency the Vice President to report on what had happened, what had transpired at the consideration stage, and move a motion for the third reading of the bill accordingly. Honorable Vice President.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to report that the bill entitled National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026 has gone through the consideration stage at the Committee of the Whole Assembly with amendment and now be read for a third time and pass.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Any seconder, honorable members? Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to second motion.
Honorable members, I now put the question. It has been reported that the bill entitled National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026, having gone through the consideration stage at the Committee of the Whole Assembly with amendments, can now be read a third time and passed. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Clerk, you can now read the title of the bill to signify its passage.
Thank you. National Security Council Amendment Bill 2026, deemed to have been read a third time and passed.
Thank you very much, Clerk. The bill is now deemed to have been passed. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, Your Excellency, the Vice President, and with all your technical staff. Where is he? Deputy Speaker. Deputy Speaker. Go and honorable members. Clerk, do we proceed now?
Bill, Order 73, consideration stage. Consideration stage of the Civil Registration and Vital Statistics Bill 2026 by the Honorable Minister for Health.
Honorable members, let me first of all welcome once again the Honorable Member for Health. The Honorable Minister for Health, rather. Honorable members, you will recall that after the second reading stage, the bill automatically stood referred to the ABC. Therefore, the bill is appointed today for the consideration stage in accordance with Order 73. During the consideration stage, members shall have the opportunity to give detailed consideration and scrutiny to every clause and schedule in the bill. This stage also provides the first opportunity for amendments to the bill to be debated and voted on. I will therefore now resolve the Assembly into the Committee of the Whole Assembly to give consideration to the bill entitled the Civil Registration and Vital Statistics Bill 2026. The Assembly is now resolved into the Committee of the Whole Assembly. Honorable members, the Assembly will now go into the Committee of the Whole Assembly to consider the Civil Registration and Vital Statistics Bill 2026, clause by clause. We will be guided by Standing Order 73 during the consideration stage. So, honorable members, it has 100 and something clauses, and we are dealing with it not by part,
but by clauses. Huh? Clause by clause. Oh, honorable minority, you have an alternative? Ah, okay. You said? No, it's not a two. We can do a little. We have 14. So, honorable members, we just go ahead. Do you have a committee? But this was a committee of the whole assembly who dealt with it. Then fine.
Of course, of course.
But there is a substantive committee.
The what? The what is here? The director of? Huh?
Chair, the committee cannot lead us here.
All right, honorable members, I think we can continue now. Go, clerk.
Clause 1 citation.
Huh? Act 2026. It is proposed that clause 1, citation, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 2, interpretation.
Post. Huh? This from?
The proposal from the electoral.
Chairman, Health Committee. I have some proposals here. They said it's coming from you, with your committee or with your ministry, or you alone.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Chair. It's from the committee. This morning, the ministry approached us that they want to make some small amendments, not substances though, but some small rearrangement within some clauses.
The ministry can use you also to make proposals, and the minister himself can make proposals. Okay. Now, we are now going to clause 2, interpretation. Under here, but you have a copy, isn't it? So when we go to the relevant clause, when it's read by him, before I intervene, you can come up with your proposal. Okay. So this one is okay. It is proposed that clause 2, interpretation, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye.
As an amendment, Chair.
Well, I have not seen interpretation.
Let me take you through.
Okay. Yeah, what I said, if this one reads the bill, the clause, before I take the floor, just raise your concerns. All right.
Yeah, the amendment is on the interpretation for chief registrar. Chief registrar means the register of births and deaths, marriages and divorce in the directorate under the Ministry of Health. So marriages and divorce should be omitted in that interpretation.
Births and deaths only.
Yes. Marriages,
huh?
Yes.
Marriage and divorce should be out.
It should be out.
All right, that's your first proposal.
Yes.
And then the second proposal.
If you go to directorate,
Directorate.
Directorate, interpretation of directorate means the directorate, sorry.
Where is it?
On page 6. Means
No,
the civil
no,
registration directorate under the Ministry
No,
of
just
Health.
hold on, just hold on.
All right.
Because he has just done this one. Where is directorate?
Amar.
Okay. Now you are saying that civil registration directorate
Yeah, but there's something that should be added there under the Ministry of
should
Health.
mean civil registration directorate under the Ministry of Health.
Yes, exactly.
Huh? Civil registration directorate. Civil registration directorate.
Under the Ministry of Health.
Ntema maje.
Directorate.
Civil registration directorate. What again? Yo. Right. Should mean. You know, your proposal is that's on top. Civil registration directorate should mean civil registration directorate under the Ministry of Health. So that's what I don't understand, because I think what you are saying here is the directorate. It should be directorate means civil registration directorate under the Ministry of Health. Yeah, well, that is confusing, because when he says this is not there. Civil, He is now proposing, honorable members, he is proposing that on page 6, on top, directorate, the interpretation of directorate should read the civil registration directorate under the Ministry of Health. Yeah, under the Ministry of Health should be added. That's all for interpretation, isn't it? It is proposed that clause 2, interpretation, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 3, Civil Registration Directorate.
Yes.
This statement is totally confusing. You should have said clause 3. I think part 2, clause 3. You know, we deal with clauses. Clause 3 is what you are proposing to.
I agree.
Proposing amendments. And then you are saying what?
I
Establishment of civil registration directorate. So 4. What is the proposal for sub 3?
Yes, thank you very much.
Sorry, clause 3.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, clause 3, sub 4.
Sub 4. If you look at it, there is sub 4
Yes,
after
yes,
3.
clause 3, sub 4.
Yes.
Where the... Go ahead.
Okay, if you looked at it...
Sub 4, A, B, and C.
If you read it, it relates to the Registrar General. And the Registrar General, even if you look at the interpretation, it means the Registrar General under the Ministry of Justice. And here it is talking about Civil Registration Directorate. So basically, this is not best fitted.
So there should be no support.
Yeah, there should be no support. It should be lifted and taken to the clause under civil registration. Under civil registration.
Under this bill.
Yes.
So, but we are removing it from here.
Yes. Maybe we can hear from the minister too.
Honorable Minister, you have anything?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Actually, my understanding is, you see, because this bill, there are two ministries, the Ministry of Justice and the Ministry of Health. Ministry of held taking care of the births and deaths, and then the marriages and divorces under the Ministry of Justice. So that's why sometimes there are these challenges. So 4, where the Registrar General registers a marriage, he or she shall forward the certificate or certified return of marriage to the Directorate. Now, this Directorate in this case is actually the Directorate that was defined earlier. The idea is the Directorate of Births and Deaths is the custodian of the information, the data, because the data has to be hosted somewhere. So that is why it was left like this earlier, even though they had a discussion to move it. But I think my view is this: my view is that it could still be here because that's the custodian of the information. That's the idea. That's the background.
It's okay. It's fine. We can leave it there. It's fine.
That's why earlier we defined the Directorate to indicate that it's Directorate of under the Ministry of Health to reduce the ambiguity. Yes.
It's under the Ministry of Justice.
Yes.
So how are you going to balance those things?
Because we're going to have a single platform for births, deaths, marriages, and divorces.
Then you should have not. You should not have amended the definition of Directorate. Then you should have included births and deaths and births and deaths.
Yes. So
because that was the original definition, and you just amended it to remove those ones from it.
The idea is to just reduce ambiguity because there are 2 ministries now, and then the Directorate is the Directorate of Births and Deaths, not Directorate of Divorces and Marriages. So it's Directorate of Births and Deaths that is going to be the custodian of the information. So, but because another ministry, the Registrar General, is the one that's going to be registering the marriages and divorces, when he registers, then what happens to the information? Because therefore they are going to be parallel systems, and the idea is to have a unified system. So when they register, it's supposed to be transmitted to this director in the Ministry of Health. That's the idea.
So we can leave 4.
Yes, we can leave that.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Honorable Chair, I think what we need to clarify, there are 2 registers here. The Registrar General on the Ministry of Justice and the Chief Registrar on the Ministry of Health. So basically, the Directorate is under the Ministry of Health. So for uniformity, if you want to leave this thing under the Ministry of Health, that whatever registration is done and it be transmitted to the Ministry of Health because they are the custodian of the database they call it or the server, I think that's fine. That's very fine. So we can move, we can leave it there.
It is proposed that clause 3, Civil Registration Directorate, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 4, appointment of Chief Registrar.
It is proposed that clause 4, appointment of Chief Registrar, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Is it Ramadan?
Clause 5, Deputy Registrar and other officers of the Directorate.
It is proposed that clause 5.
Chair.
Yes.
I will suggest we do 4, 5, and 6 and break for
No,
prayers.
we will read that. Wait, I am here just before administrative part 3. I will just break off. It is proposed that clause 5, Deputy Chief Registrar and other officers of the Directorate stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 6, protection of officers.
It is proposed that clause 6, protection of officers, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Two o'clock, am I right? Where? No, this is 100 and something clauses. So we will just I will just suspend the committee of the whole assembly, and then we will resume the assembly. This one, yeah. Honorable members, the assembly now resumes. Honorable members, it's already 2 o'clock. It's time for the Zuhri prayers. We will take a 30 minutes break. We can come back at 2:30, 14:30. It's now 14:02 by my watch. 14:30, we'll be back to continue. Is that okay? Okay. The House is now suspended until 14:30.